Let's see here. We got a delay. Hey, what's happening, guys? First live stream ever, so this is probably going to be a total disaster trying to figure out how all this stuff works. But I had a little bit of time to kill tonight. I'm going to see it later tonight. But yeah, I got a little bit of time to kill, so I figured we'd try to do a live stream here and see how it goes. So yeah, I figured we'd talk cryptos, talk entrepreneurship, whatever you guys want to chat about. What's happening, Joseph? What's happening, Ron? Tom? Coco, man, what's happening? You know, kind of one funny thing about live streams, I always feel like live streams, like it seems it's difficult to do, but it seems like an easy type of content to create. You spend the first 15 minutes saying what's up to everybody and reacting to comments. Hey, Tony, what's happening? Crazy day in cryptos, guys. I'm still getting used to this whole live stream thing, trying to set up OBS and everything. So I can't see chat right now. We're over here, but I figured we'd kind of take a look at the crypto markets. Let's see, 2.2 in BitConnect. So, you know, Ron, what's the deal with BitConnect? Like, is it a loan program, or are you giving them money and they're using bots to auto invest? What exactly is BitConnect? I hear about it, and I've probably unfairly said it seems like a Ponzi scheme or something, but quite frankly, I don't even know what it is. I know there's one Bitcoin lending program, and there's another one that's actually, I guess they have bot trading software that trades for you. So curious to hear if anyone can fill me in on BitConnect. What's happening, Robert? So yeah, guys, been a bloody day for cryptos. This morning on my way to work, I think Bitcoin was down to, depending on what exchange you looked at, anywhere from $4,000 to 4,200. Ethereum was getting hit hard. Litecoin seems to hold its value. You know, Litecoin, I don't think it's the credit that it deserves. What's that? Say bot. They say scam. I don't feel like it. What is it, Ron? No, are you lending Bitcoin to other people, or are you basically investing and they have bots trading for you? That's what I'm not really sure exactly what it is. Got 220 back already. So that's pretty good. So 2,200, you got what, 10% back in a week? Everyone, what's happening, boss lady? So let's see here. Okay, so that's what it is, Ron. I got you. So yeah, I'm curious to see what everyone else is doing. You know, I was tempted to spread some money across kind of all three of these cryptocurrencies today. And my dad actually gave me some money. He wanted me to invest it for him. And it seems like lately, last weekend I was on a camping trip down in southern Illinois, and didn't really have good internet access or anything like that. So wound up missing out on some of the volatility. But it seems like in the middle of the night, 6 in the morning, especially on, you know, during the weekend, seems like things go kind of crazy. So I was kind of scared to make any moves right now. Let's see, those are scams. Too good to be true. Yeah, you know, a lot of people are really gung-ho about BitConnect and a lot of these other programs. I've heard too much kind of sketchy stuff about them to get in for myself. But like Ron was saying, it seems like he's, if he got 10% back in a week, that seems pretty good. I'm not sure how long these things are supposed to kind of run the course or whatever. So let's see, we got Bitcoin at 4,300. Let's look at like the day chart. So yeah, it looks like we're coming back up a little bit. We got Ethereum at 312. Looks like we've been down as low as 296. And you know, I know Litecoin's down from 81, but Litecoin always kind of seems to hold its own during these periods. Let's see here. Yeah, you know what, Coco? Litecoin, I know a lot of people who, I like to do a lot of my trading on Coinbase and GDAX, just because I can trade in relation to the US dollar, and it's a little bit easier for me to wrap my head around. I definitely get that it's a little bit boring. You're not going to have those huge gains that you have in other currencies, but you know, Litecoin is up pretty huge percentage-wise on the year. What is the next ICO you're looking forward to? Steve, you know, let me, I'm going to take you guys over here. I don't know if, So this is the last ICO that I got in on. It's called D-Market. Let's see here. Things are going to take a second to refresh. So I got in on this ICO called D-Market. The page is kind of refreshing there. So what D-Market is, quite honestly, I didn't know that much about it. A buddy of mine is kind of newer to cryptos. I've given him a lot of tips that have made him a lot of money. And one day he calls me up out of the blue and he's like, hey, Johnny, man, he said, here is my chance to pay you back for all the good advice. He said, get in on this D-Market. And he was launching some kind of site that I guess basically what it does is allow people to trade virtual goods for games. So I'm not really a gamer, but I know, a lot of my nephews and nieces, my girlfriend's nephews and nieces, they're all obsessed with Minecraft. I'm not really familiar with Counter-Strike, but I guess on Counter-Strike, people are trading like gun skins and stuff like that. And there definitely seems to be a big market for trading virtual goods. I was on Reddit a while back, and I heard people saying that some like house on some virtual game just sold for, I don't know, $500,000-$600,000. So there is a lot of money being transacted there. Apparently what D-Market aims to solve, kind of a shortcoming in this market, is most people are having to use PayPal or whatever else. And if I give you a gun skin or whatever else for $1,000, you can do a credit card chargeback. You're automatically going to win since it's a virtual good and I can't provide you tracking. Let's see. Hey, boss lady. Glad to catch you live. I'm in Florida. Should be getting ready for the hurricane. Boss lady, hopefully you ride out the hurricane okay. I got some calls from some of my customers in Florida, and a few of them are actually in New York trying to get away from the storm, and some other people are trying to ride it out, but hope that everything goes smoothly for you. Just hit the thumbs up button so more people can find us live. Yeah, appreciate it, boss lady. Yeah, hit the thumbs up button, guys. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to stay on. I got, what is it? I'm going to see It later tonight. And probably going to grab some Thai food or something like that before then. But got a little bit of time to kill before my girlfriend gets home here. But yeah, this D-Market. So I guess what they aim to do is create a marketplace where people can trade virtual goods from all types of games. Right now, I think it's mainly like Counter-Strike and a couple of the other like first-person shooter games. These games where you roam a world or whatever. I think they're trying to get like EA Sports and some other people into this. So they actually did their token sale. I forget when it ended. It was a couple weeks back. I'm kind of wondering whether I'm throwing my money away here just because my buddy who turned me on to this one, he was real gung-ho. He was trying to launch his own site, buying game skins and things like that, and he's kind of dropped it since. But he was really gung-ho on this. I definitely see a lot of money being transacted in this. The one thing that kind of turned me off a little bit is I'm not going to get my coins till November. And I guess this is the first ICO that I've ever taken part in. Let's see, what about investing in crypto funds? A lot of my family are in Florida. Is there an eBay site for Bitcoin? You know what? Crypto Vegas, there's a site called, let me see if I have it on my desktop here. Man, I deleted it. There is a eBay-like site where you can sell things for cryptocurrency. If anybody knows what it is, please drop it in the comment section below. But there is an eBay-like market. Right now, there's not a lot of people on there, and it's kind of confusing. When you go to set it up, you have to like download their program, and you really don't have a username or password. Like everything is within that file, and you can create listings. It seems like it needs a lot of work. I think it's still in beta or alpha. I'll let you guys know what the name of that is. Yeah, that's BitBoost. BitBoost may be another one. I'm not familiar with that. It's not the name of, man, what is the name of that one? Let me see if I can find it here. Money. Publisher. Tor browser. Yeah, guys, boss lady, people are talking about there's like an eBay-like site that, let me see if I can find something like that here. Sell items for cryptocurrency. Yeah, we're using some weird browser. Sell items for cryptocurrency. Where can I sell things for Bitcoins? CoinSend. I'll have to figure out what it is. I actually had it downloaded the other day and wound up deleting it. I didn't ask a stupid question about funds. Oh, OpenBazaar. Boss lady, you got it. OpenBazaar. Have you used OpenBazaar? Anybody? I downloaded it. I couldn't really. Thanks, Brian. I downloaded it. I was really kind of trying to wrap my head around how you use it, because a lot of these sites, whether we're talking about a Neo wallet or something like that, you'll have like a public key and a private key, and that's how you log in. I really didn't see anywhere where I had a username or a password or private keys, so it almost seems like your identity on the site is tied into what cryptos are you looking at. Let me take my phone out. Leading business. Let's see here. So I'll kind of go through what's on my watch list, and then we can kind of go from there. There's crypto forums and chat, trade P2P. Let's see. On my watch list, I got XRP, Monero, Star. I really wanted to get into Star, but it only trades on Yobit, and I really don't trust putting money into that exchange. I'm watching Bitcoin Cash, but I've never really done anything with it. Ardor. Ardor seems to be getting some traction lately. Komodo. I was kicking myself. I owned Komodo when it was worth nothing. Held on to it for months and months and months, and wound up getting rid of it. Now it goes crazy. Waves is another one. I was into Waves when it was cheap. That one's gone nuts. Made Safe coin, I thought that was garbage. I dumped it. That started going up. I think Vertcoin's really promising. I got Ant Shares or Neo, Ethereum Classic, BitShares, Siacoin, Golem, Dash, Steem, Arc, Lisk, XCM, Litecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin, GByte, Civic, Neos, Dice, OMG, Neo, Trustcoin, SafeX, Pay. I think Pay's got some room to run. Fun, Batcoin, Basic Attention Token, Nav, Game Tokens, Status. Metalcoin's an interesting one that's had a run up. Redcoin, Rise, Zcash, Stellar Lumens, and IOTA. What cryptos? There's a few crypto forums. Is there an interesting merchants? You can create your own marketplace. I've heard a lot about District X. I'm not that familiar with it, but everybody can create their own districts, I think. Yeah, Boss Lady, I totally agree. Open Bazaar seems really, really confusing to me. I have been meaning to sit down and kind of learn how it works, but just haven't had the time. Right now I'm Vert, Golem. I really like Golem. I think it's an interesting project, but man, Golem's been kind of tanking for a while. Same with Siacoin. I've been sitting on Siacoin for forever. That's really never done anything. Pretty cool to Swarm City. I try to buy Ripple, but I can't seem to find a vendor to accept the sell. Winuts. You can buy Ripple on Bittrex. Later on, Tawny. Okay, so if we go over to Bittrex here. Yeah, so here's Ripple. You can buy it right here. And I know a lot of people are kind of confused about like Bittrex and Kraken and Poloniex. They don't accept dollars. You can't load dollars onto them. So what you need to do if you want to buy Ripple or really any altcoin, Coinbase only deals in these three currencies. So if you want to start buying, look at all the stuff that, Bittrex says. If you want to start buying these other currencies, including Ripple, what you need to do is first get Bitcoins. You can buy them from local Bitcoins, Coinbase, Genesis, Gemini. I always get confused. One is that mining scam. The other one's actually an exchange. But you first got to get some Bitcoin. You can then send Bitcoin over to Bittrex, and then you can use it to trade there. People vote for opening a market. I, the bad clown. Oh, you know what, Tom? I actually hate scary movies. My girlfriend, her whole family loves scary movies. I hate scary movies. So we always go to those theaters with the recliners, and I normally take a nap in the recliner during a lot of them. I got this weird thing where I can only get into movies and shows. Everybody makes fun of me if they can happen in real life. You know what, Leading Business? I actually don't really like XRP. I don't really like Ripple that much. It never seems to do anything. And from my understanding, XRP, Ripple, the system that the banks are using is completely separate and apart from the actual XRP or Ripple tokens. So a lot of people are like, well, yeah, banks are getting in on the game. We should, we should be interested in it. But in reality, the tokens seem to be completely separate from what banks are doing. I know it's always in the top market caps, but Ripple just never seems to move. I'm into Ripple as high as like 43 cents, as low as 16 cents. And really, for quite some time, I've been sitting on a loss. So I'm not that fond of Ripple myself. If you're buying on Coinbase for Bittrex, I would get Litecoin and then send it to Bittrex and change a Litecoin to Bitcoin because the fees are much less. You know what's interesting about what you said, leading business? I think I made a video about this, but you can definitely find some arbitrage opportunities. So, I mean, just for example, there's been times when, I've bought Litecoin for 70, 60 bucks on GDAX, and I can literally send it over and it's going for $70 on Bittrex, and you basically got $10 more buying power per coin. Ripple is centrist. I agree with you, boss lady. Like I know blockchain is going to be the future for banks and things like that. And so there are going to be centralized blockchains, I guess you could say. But yeah, the whole thing with, I don't know, maybe somebody else can elaborate on this, but basically XRP or Ripple tokens are totally separate from the technology the bank's going to be using. The amount of coins out there is insane. I know they have it in some kind of escrow system where it's going to be released slowly over time. But yeah, I'm probably not going to get rid of my Ripple, but I'm definitely not buying anymore. Ripple's a banking club, 70% of bankers. Yeah, let me go through my list and I'll kind of talk about what I think about some coins and kind of hear what you guys have to say. So Redcoin, I don't know if any of you guys are into Redcoin. Redcoin, I know a lot of people consider it a shit coin. I definitely think it's a long shot that it goes anywhere. But what I like about Redcoin, for anybody who doesn't know, Redcoin, the idea behind it is you can tip other people on social media. So the same way that, and I do see this growing on social media, so the same way that we have super comments or super chat down at the bottom. I'm kind of new to streaming, but I've sat in on stream. So if somebody really wanted their message seen, they could pay $1 and they'll show up in super chat. And that's kind of a peer-to-peer support thing, right? Then we have sites like VidMe, and VidMe is basically people are mad at YouTube and Google AdSense for censorship and all this other stuff. So they're going over to VidMe, and VidMe, people who view content are paying creators and stuff like that. So I do see that growing, the whole peer-to-peer support your peers type thing. And so the idea behind Redcoin is actually introducing something called Red ID. Now, it's not out yet. It should be out later this year. But what Red ID is, it allows you to tip people on social media. And one kind of cool thing about it is, from my understanding, let's say I wanted to tip Boss Lady, and Boss Lady is not set up with a Red ID. Somehow this Red ID is tied to the username It's Me Boss Lady. So I could send It's Me Boss Lady 100 Red coins, and even if she doesn't go sign up for Redcoin for the next year, a year from now when she goes and signs up, that 100 Red coins I sent her are going to be waiting for her. So if this whole peer-to-peer supporting your peer thing continues to take off, I could see Redcoin going somewhere. It has gone up 20%, 30% in the past couple of days, but then I think it fell back down. But Redcoin, to me, if you're looking for a long shot project, that could be interesting. Doggy coins, Doge coins. You know what's funny? Back when I first got into cryptocurrencies, I was really bullish on doggy coins. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's what helped support the Jamaican bobsled team and send them to the Olympics way back when. I was into that one. To be quite honest, I don't know that much about what it, this is way back in the early days of crypto. Didn't really know what I was doing. And I kind of got scared away from altcoins. Basically what happened, I started on Coinbase dealing with Bitcoin. I wound up opening an account on a site called cryptorush.in, which was at the time, you really had to branch out to try to find places to trade altcoins. So I sent some Bitcoins over to Crypto Rush. I did some trading, and then one day it went under. Whoever the creator of it was ran away with everybody's money. And I remember they did say, okay, we're going to issue you all IOUs, kind of like BTCE and a lot of these other Mt. Gox, a lot of these other ones who've experienced hacks have gone through. And I think you had the option to take like a very small amount of the money that you lost immediately, or you could hang on for this, IOU that was supposedly coming. And I hung in for my IOU. I never got the money. So fortunately, it was only a couple $100. But yeah, that, speaking of that, it's kind of crazy. I was going through my my trading history on Coinbase the other day. I mean, I was buying Bitcoins under $200. I was buying Ethereum at like under $6. I I remember when Litecoin, I bought some of it at like 11 or 12 bucks, thinking that I was getting in at a good price because it had fallen from 13 or 15, and it wound up falling down to 8. And I was like, oh, I'm done with this, and I got out. But yeah, it's kind of funny looking back at your old trades and seeing how much money you left on the table. An Israeli bank is the first to use the blockchain. News yesterday. Is that Doggy Coin Crypto Vegas? Dogecoin is all ready for tipping on social media. Let's see, Monetha, Red Pulse. You know, I'm not familiar with Monetha or Red Pulse. What's the lowest Bitcoin is ever going to hit again? You know, I've seen a lot of people on Reddit and a lot of people I've been chatting with on message boards and stuff today. A couple people have said, I think it's going to hit 3 grand. I think it's going to hit 3,200 before we see 6 grand. Let's see, where are we at right now? Okay, so right now we're at 43. I notice a lot of the volatility, a lot of the lowest prices and best deals are to be found between, like, I'm on Chicago time, but I would say 1 in the morning my time to about 7 in the morning my time. Sometimes you really see dips, a lot of times in the middle of the night. So like I was saying earlier, my dad wanted me to buy him some cryptos, and I'm kind of scared to, not scared, but I mean, prices are good now, but I feel like they might go lower as we go into the weekend, and I think we'll bounce back on Sunday or Monday. What do you guys think the lowest Bitcoin's going to go again? I'm a repo man, make your car payments. I got a buddy who's a tow truck driver who has dabbled in repo a bit. Yes, so thanks for reminding about Doggy. They did lots of marketing. Yeah, I remember the whole Jamaican bobsled thing, right? There used to be a coin back then, Lightning Coin, that I think was supporting them as well, and I don't think that ever went anywhere. Steem is good for tipping, I would say, right? No fees. You know what's funny about Steem? The one thing I like about Steem, I don't know that it'll ever be like one of the biggest, greatest cryptocurrencies out there. But what I like about Steem is that there's a platform behind it. Like anytime, any of these coins that are strictly meant to be a currency, I mean, I think could go away, could be wiped away when the next hot cryptocurrency comes out. The thing I like about Steem is there's actually like a real functioning product behind it. And just in case any of you guys aren't familiar with Steem, let me see here. I was gonna see if I don't think I'm logged into my account on here. Let's see here. Sorry guys, I gotta get this whole live streaming thing down. A lot of people seem to do it smoother, so there must be a way that I can see comments while I'm okay, here we go. Okay, so let's see, 3,900. What do you think of pre-search a company to decentralize? Let's see. It's not fast, but improving. There's competition on the way. Would save them as DTube. You know, work from home. DTube's pretty cool. One thing I really like about DTube is I feel like DTube is easier to search and easier to find the kind of content than you want than it is on Steemit. Like, I don't take you guys over to Steemit. So, I mean, on Steemit, I'll give you guys kind of one of my complaints here. So we have these categories right here, right? But as far as finding content, like homepage is the type of stuff that I'm already subscribed to. We have new, which is just like a mess of random stuff. We have hot, which is pretty much like all whales. We have trending, which is pretty much all whales. We have promoted, which is, in my opinion, completely garbage. Like, I've never had any luck by spending money promoting stories. But if I wanted to go search and say find content about Amazon merch, I search, you know, I get some results there. If I want to look at more recent stuff, I can look at more recent stuff here. But let's say I look at that and I'm like, oh, you know, that's not really the content that I wanted. And I hit the back browser. Well, now I have to start my search all over again and search Amazon. It's just, I mean, I find it kind of, I like Steemit. I'm supportive of the project. I'm still very active on there. But it's really hard to find like new creators and new content that you want to watch, in my opinion. My friend in France got his BNP bank account shut down by force because he was expecting one. You know what, Timac, fortunately, man, I feel very lucky. I haven't had any banking issues due to dealing with Bitcoin. A couple of my businesses and a couple of the niches I'm in make it difficult to get payment processing and bank accounts. So I was really worried, and it was probably stupid of me to engage in crypto trading and stuff through accounts at that same bank, but I was worried about it causing me issues. I haven't had any problems. I've heard some people with Wells Fargo and even Chase Bank having issues. And I was actually thinking about trying to start accepting Bitcoin and maybe getting a payment processor with Bitcoin set up. And I know, excuse me, I know it's kind of stupid to involve a third party to take Bitcoin payments when the whole kind of point is to get rid of third parties. But for one of my businesses, it's just we have a hard cost for our products. I would need everything transferred into dollars, so that's the only way that I could probably do it with that business. 10x, you know what, Ron? I love 10x. I think it's an interesting project. I think I've been meaning to get one of their debit cards. I think their debit cards are live, their app is live, and yeah, it's really getting hammered right now in the downturn. So I picked up some 10x. I've picked up 10x like every day for the past 3 days. Stress and skill level trading holding is always easier. Boss lady, easy. Interesting what you said about holding. I've been kind of wrestling with whether it's better to buy and hold or whether it's better to trade. When I'm buying and holding and I see volatility, I kick myself for all the money I'm leaving on the table. But at the same time, when I trade and I take a small profit and then something like, I was into Lisk at, super cheap, and then it runs up to $7 and I miss out on the profits. Let's see. Oh yeah, I had to post, do you trade or hold altcoins? Getting back to Steemit, guys, like if we scroll down, Steemit's a little bit slow to load here, but just a couple weeks ago, my posts were getting like 19 cents, 60 cents, 60 cents, 19 cents. And then all of a sudden I got really hot and like every one of my posts was making a couple dollars. I was really psyched. 387, 399, 421, 422, 435, 53, $5. Somehow I'd gotten some whales taking notice of my content, and I was really earning good for about a week. And then when I went away on that camping trip, I was away for like 3-4 days. I came back, and whoever the whales who took notice of me, or probably more likely dolphins, because I'm not getting huge money, but they must have forgot about me while I was away, because ever since I've been back, 20 cents a post, haven't been making a killing. Hey, what's happening, Kevin? Good to see you, buddy. You should check out Bitcash Mega Upload. Oh, you know what? I saw Leading Business. I saw that dude from Kim.com or whatever his name is. I saw him post something on Twitter about, I don't know if it was if you have so many followers or whatever else, I want to connect with you. I don't know if he was looking for people to promote his coin or to give some coins away or something. I actually hit him up on Twitter and I've never heard back from him. Is trading crypto at Toro okay? I don't mind being in the red. I don't really care. Shout out to the hold crew. Yeah, boss lady, I'm with you. I'm always holding. Oh yeah, we said we're gonna talk some coins. Let me let's see who's texting me. Okay, so let's get Blockfolio up. So Stellar Lumens, I don't really know a lot about that project, but I think that may have some upside. Zcash, I think I'm sitting on a loss on that one. Rise, man, guys, I got into Rise the other week when it was dirt cheap. Rode it up to like 60 cents, wound up selling, bought back in high again, and I'm sitting on a loss on that one. Metal coin, I forget what Metal is. I think Metal was aiming to be like the new PayPal or something like that, like a decentralized PayPal. I don't know a ton about the project, but it sounded interesting. I think I bought in at like $7 or $8, and that one's sitting at $12.40 now. Status, game tokens, NAV. Anybody know anything about NAV? I know NAV is supposed to be one of the few privacy coins outside of Monero and Zcash. And I got into NAV at probably under 50 cents. And that one rode up really high. It's sitting kind of low at $1.32. A lot of times I'm kind of scared of stuff when it rises up too high. But NAV is looking interesting to me. Oh, how about BAT? Are any of you guys into BAT? Basic Attention Token? Let's see. Well, I'm going to come over here. Let's see. Brave browser. So for any of you guys who don't know about Brave browser, it's, I guess, a project behind the Basic Attention Token. And basically what it is, it's an ad blocker on top of being an ad blocker. You know how a lot of sites, when you block ads, they'll pop up another blocker and tell you that you're blocking ads? It blocks those as well, because it's blocking ads, and they also don't show your location or where you're at. So while it's blocking ads and everything, pages are able to load quicker. So I think somewhere up here in the left-hand side, let me see if I got the Brave browser. I don't think I have it yet. I downloaded it the other day and I think I must have deleted it. But it tells you how much time you're saving by browsing. The one part of this project that kind of confuses me a little bit is I guess with your BAT tokens, you can, because you're blocking ads and you aren't supporting people through ads, you can choose to give tokens to the sites that you visit the most. This is actually created by, I think, the guy who created Firefox or one of the creators of Firefox. And I think also one of the guys who created JavaScript is behind the program as well. So that looks interesting. Maybe it's just a long-term hold. Work home. I look at the candle charts and stuff. I mean, I'm not somebody who's using what do they call those? Like, all the different line graph tools and everything. I kind of invest. I guess here's my investment strategy in a nutshell. I kind of pay attention to what's going on Reddit and a lot of forums. I remember reading a study a while back that they said you can predict the direction of cryptocurrencies with something like over 80% accuracy just by looking at what the sentiment on social media is. So I feel like I kind of have a good grasp of group dynamics or, the mass psychology, whatever. And I feel like I can kind of predict the markets a little bit that way. Another thing I like to do is kind of look at the projects and like, does this project seem like something anybody would be interested in or doesn't it? So, I mean, with the Brave browser, I don't know that that'll go anywhere, but it looks interesting to me. Same thing with the, what was it? Brave, Redcoin. I think that's an interesting project. I think Steemit's an interesting project. One thing that I don't really get, like I know a buddy of mine was really bullish recently on this music coin. And to me, like, I don't think we need a coin for every industry out there. Like, there's a new coin called Pink. And Pink is, I think, for escorts and Johns. Not me, John, like Johns who pay for sex. There's a coin called Pink that's meant for them. There's a coin called Music that's made for music. We have this ICO that I invested in D-Market that's meant for video games. Like crypto, Bitcoin, Vertcoin, Litecoin, these things can be used to buy music, video games, hookers, whatever. Like, I don't really feel like every industry out there needs their own coin. Like, hey, let's open a hot dog coin because we need a coin to spend at hot dog stands. And then we need a pizza parlor coin because, the pizza industry needs a coin. And we got a pot coin and we got a hemp coin. And I don't think every single industry needs their own coin. So all these new things that are rolling out that don't really offer anything unique but are just a coin for a certain industry, I don't think there's really a lot of promise in a lot of those things. How do you choose your coins? I'm just kind of active on Reddit, seeing what people are interested in, kind of seeing what I see mentioned a lot, and then that stuff I'll dig into a little bit deeper. But curious to hear how you guys kind of pick your coins and find your coins as well. I'm going to show you guys something here real quick. So let's see. Let's go to cointracking.info. So cointracking.info is a site where you can bulk upload pretty much any exchange, and they claim to track your profits and losses for you. I have found that none of these apps, none of these sites work well at all. They either don't show me all the coins I have, they're tracking the wrong cost basis. But what I like to do is go to this site and click coin trends. And here we'll be able to see a bunch of coins. So we got, right now it's sorted by, I think it's sorted by volume. Okay, so yeah, right now it's sorted by volume. So we got Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, Monero. But what we can do, we can look at in the last 24 hours, what's down the most and what's up the most. I mean, look at this, like KC coin is up, almost 10,000% in 24 hours. Most of these are kind of shit coins that are being pumped and dumped. Penguin coin, I think you'd be hard pressed to find a coin on this page that you recognize. But a lot of times I'll use this site to kind of see what's having a lot of movement. And then we can also see what's down. So maybe I want to try to pick up something on a deal, or maybe I want to try to catch some falling knives, bunny coin. So I kind of find that the stuff that's up a lot or down a lot tends to be garbage coins. Yeah, I use this a lot to find coins. Let's see. Oh, no, price. We want volume. Another thing that I use a little bit is, let me see if I can get this open here. My phone's about to die. Okay, so There's a little bit of a delay here, so hopefully you guys can, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this, but I made a video the other week about Telegram, right? So Telegram is a messaging app. It's kind of similar to WhatsApp, but people are starting to build bots for it. And basically, if you subscribe to their bot or their messages, they'll send you notifications when something goes up, I think over 10% within 15, 30, or 90 minutes. But basically, they're sending you alerts on things that are rising quickly. So my goal there is to maybe catch something that's on a big run up, to catch it early so I can kind of ride the wave, basically. Let's see. Zencash has been making progress with development, secure node testing now, and the price has gone up 3 to 10. I've been hearing about Zencoin. I'm not that familiar with it. Yeah, Boss Lady. Yeah, Pink really is for that. And one kind of goofy thing, like, I don't necessarily think it's that crazy that escorts would have their own coin. I mean, obviously, anything in kind of the gray area black market, I think could use the privacy of cryptocurrencies. Obviously, escorts aren't going to be getting PayPal accounts. Actually, I take that back. I know there are escorts on Backpage and stuff with PayPal, but you know, they technically are not allowed to have merchant processing. So I can see how cryptocurrency would be interesting for that space. But if the whole point is like anonymity and discreteness, I don't know that you want to call it pink. That kind of seems like sexual, or at the very least, I think like Victoria's Secret. InvestFeed is under the radar, might be good later on. Very cheap social currency network, not just like I feel like Vertcoin has a lot of potential too. I'm a little bit confused about what this whole like atomic swap thing is. But I think basically like Bitcoin, Vertcoin, and Litecoin are all going to be able to interact together. I think they already have the Lightning Network. So I've seen a lot of people chatting about like, should I invest in Vertcoin or Litecoin? I think both have a lot of upside. But especially, I think Vertcoin has more upside just with it being so cheap. Let's see, I agree. Toilet paper coins need paperless. 480 DPI on my side. Joseph, what? Stupid question. 480 DPI. Do I got my my OBS set to the wrong setting? Let me see. Let me check out my my own feed here. This is the first time, so this is actually going smoother than expected. Rules for rebels. Okay, so we're live. Sorry, guys. I want to see what you guys are seeing here. Rules for rebels. Everything seems fine on my phone. Let's see here. You know, Civic, I was invested in Civic a while back. And it's been down for a while. I think I wound up selling it off as a loss. What's the name of that Telegram bot? You know, let me... see here. Oh, you know, it probably says the name on here, but I'll see if I can find my crap, that's wrong. Let's see, Telegram bot. I have a video. If you search my let's see here. Who was asking about that? Oh, work from home. It's called Bitrexy bot. BITTREXY bot, Bitrexy bot. If you go to my channel and look at my previous videos, probably within my last 4 or 5 videos, I made a video about it and I linked to the bot and everything. I actually discovered it through a Reddit post. Let me see here, Reddit. Reddit. I built a cryptocurrency trading bot, Telegram. I wonder if I can find the anyhow, to check out my recent videos, and you can see the bot there. I feel like Vertcoin has so much potential. Cryptoping? I'm not really familiar with cryptoping. Let's see, before my phone dies here. Blockfolio. Oh, Navcoin. So I don't know if any of you guys have anything to say about Navcoin, any news about Navcoin, but I guess Navcoin is one of the few anonymous coins or tokens out there outside of what Dash, Monero, and Zcash. and it's cheap, so I like that. Basic attention token is down. I like that. I don't know too much about Fun Token. I've swing traded it before, but I don't really know that much about the project behind it. XMG, I got XMG on my watch list. I don't know what that is. Factum, I bought some Factum a while back. I'm down a couple bucks on Factum. SafeX, Trust, Neo. What's going on with Neo, guys? Anybody know? Anybody know what's going on with Neo? Yeah, Nev did make a big run. It's down. A lot of times I kind of get scared off when something runs too much, but I think the privacy coins. So the IRS announced that they've been working with I don't know, maybe somebody else remembers the name, but the IRS has been paying I think $88,000 a year to some company that can supposedly track Bitcoin transactions. The IRS is mad that the other between 2013 and 2015, only something like 800 people filed capital gains or filed any type of monetary gains for cryptocurrencies. They, you know, obviously there were a lot more people who made money, so the IRS is pissed off. They want to crack down on people, so they're paying this company who can supposedly track Bitcoin transactions. So right after that was announced, we saw a lot of the anonymous coins have a big run because people who are trying to dodge the IRS, people who are trying to dodge the IRS obviously like going into Monero and coins like that. So we saw those coins have a run up, but even outside of like the deep web and dark web markets and things like that, I think the privacy coins are going to be big going into the future here. I'm also all about the free market, boss lady. You know what I mean? As long as people, you know, as long as things are between two consenting adults, and as long as there's no human trafficking or whatever else, you know, if people want to pay for sex and or get paid for sex, more power to them. And actually, they, you know, I think we're getting a little bit off topic, but I think a lot of people say that when you drive something underground, it becomes even sketchier and shadier. Neo's going to be okay. Today it got hit by fake news. You know, it's kind of crazy. I know Neo, you know, Neo's been kind of on a downturn for a while. I bought in at like 30, went down to 23. It's been, or went down to 20. It's been kind of bouncing up and down. I've heard from, you know, the chatter that I hear, people say Neo is pretty like in line with whatever these new, you know, whatever the China's version of the SEC is. People say Neo has kind of structured their business and everything in accordance with that. And I know there are some coins trying to like jump off of Neo, but I don't think Neo is really a platform like Ethereum that's specifically meant to launch ICO. I could be wrong. I don't know a ton about Neo. Are you watching any new ICOs? Jordan, you know, I got in on the D-Market ICO. I know for the first 3 days, they were giving you a 10% bonus if you bought in. I'm not going to have the coins till November, and I think even once November comes, I'll get my coins, but there won't be any exchanges trading them for a couple weeks. So I think that's kind of weird for an ICO. I know a lot of people are kind of pissed off about that, even though they should have read that before they got in. But yeah, that's the only ICO I've ever gotten in at. Is arbitraging worth the hassle between... You know what, Ron, with arbitrage, the last time I tried to play the arbitrage game, it was between Coinbase and Bittrex. And I made 3 profitable trades. And, you know, I like work from home. I like box mining. Like anytime I want to know about a new coin, I think he does a lot of videos like, what is IOTA? What is Neo? What is this? And then that's another thing. If you guys ever hear of a coin that you're interested in, don't just buy it because somebody on Reddit said the name of the coin. I mean, really, like something as simple as like just doing a Google search, you know, what is IOTA? You'll either find a white paper or you'll find somebody who's, I think, oh, here we got box mining. What is IOTA in a nutshell? So, I mean, if you're curious about these projects, just Google what it is and you'll find Steemit write-ups about it. You'll find, you know, a beginner's guide on Reddit. So there's no shortage of information. What is BAT cryptocurrency? You know, the basic attention token can be used to obtain a variety of advertising attention-based services. So it's really easy to find out information about coins. Let's see, Neo cryptocurrency. Sometimes you got to search. The coin's website, it isn't always one of the first things to pop up, but yeah, you can always find information about pretty much any coin you want. He's the Chinese Connect. Yeah, you know, I don't know too much about box mining. I'm subscribed to him. I check his videos out. But yeah, I've seen like he's been interviewing like the creators of a lot of coins and stuff like that lately. So it does seem like he's got some connections there. But yeah, Ron, as far as arbitraging, I think I was saying, so the other day I was playing the arbitrage game between Litecoin, or between Coinbase, or I'm sorry, I should say GDAX and Bittrex. Made 3 trades, made a profit, and I got greedy, and on the last trade, it took so long for my coins to clear. They were showing as pending. I got my 6 confirmations, and Bittrex even wound up holding up, putting them into my active account for long enough that the price had literally, I watched, I basically had about $10 room to make money between coins. I think it was like 70 and 60. And literally, as I was waiting for confirmations, I was watching it go from like 70, 69, 68, 67. And literally, by the time they cleared and I was able to make a trade, I was basically at break even. So you definitely got to be quick to play the arbitrage game. I think it's probably more hassle than it's worth. However, if I just through dumb luck stumble upon an opportunity, I mean, I'm definitely going to take advantage of it. Let's see here. Yeah, I think it's a hassle as well. See, we got Steemit open. Steemit's a good place to get cryptocurrency news too. If any of you guys are not on Steemit, definitely recommend checking it out. Boss Lady's on Steemit. I think I might have gotten Kevin the Window Cleaner on there. Vogeltron. If you guys are on my channel a lot, you probably recognize a lot of these names. Vogeltron's on there. Boss Lady's on there. I think Joseph might be on there. I could be mistaken. Let's see here. How much time do I spend on research? My girlfriend kind of jokes, and I'm just like my girlfriend's been trying to get me to spend less time on the computer, not necessarily cryptos specifically, but pretty much like 24 hours a day. I'm either on my phone or on the computer browsing Reddit, seeing what's going on, seeing what people are up to, etc. So I would say pretty much like almost 24 hours a day. Last night we were watching, I think we went on a little binge and watched about 5 episodes of Narcos, and pretty much the whole time I was on my phone. Some of the Reddits that I like to browse, never take anybody's, if you see somebody talking gung-ho about a coin on Reddit or any website for that matter, don't take people's word for coins. Don't be like, oh, some guy on Reddit just said this coin, I'm going to go out and buy it. Everybody is kind of biased towards their own holdings. And that's kind of like, even honest, legit people are the coins that I hold, I'm going to talk good about. But I guess people who have more devious, basically because this isn't regulated, like it's illegal to run up a penny stock. If you guys have ever seen the movie Boiler Room, they run up a penny stock, they dump it, they take all the profits, and then they leave the quote-unquote bag holders. Now, as far as I know, because cryptocurrency is still kind of the Wild West and unregulated, I don't think there's really any laws about that. So there are pump and dump groups. A lot of them chat on Telegram or message boards on the deep web. And basically what that means is like me, Ron, leading business and work from home could be like, what would we do? We'd pick like a shit coin, right? So if we go over here, crap, where was it? Coin tracking. Okay, so we'd pick one of these like shit coins, like Trinity maybe or something that's really, really cheap. And we'd be like, okay, let's all buy $5,000 worth of Trinity. So what happens is because all that money's pouring into it, it's going to drive the price up. It's going to drive the market cap up. We might see Trinity wind up like one of these coins that's up 6,000% or 10,000%. And then me and all these guys who get together and do this say, I don't think you can dump it all at once because one of you guys will get stuck with it. But hey, we're all going to start dumping this in blocks. And basically, so you guys drive the price up, and then you all dump your coins. You guys take all the profits, and you leave all the, quote-unquote suckers who saw it rising and jumped in on it. You're basically stealing their money. They're the bag holders. You know what, Jordan? I feel like ICOs have kind of gotten a bad name. A lot of people say, all ICOs. I think it's not fair to say all ICOs are a scam, but a lot of them, maybe most of them are scams. So I always said I wasn't really going to get involved in ICOs. I got involved in this D market. A buddy of mine, like I said, pitched it to me. I kind of wish I hadn't bought into it. Whatever. I got a 10% bonus, so at the very least, when it finally opens up on exchanges, I can hopefully dump it for a 10% profit. I'll probably sit on it and see where it rides. But yeah, you like to hit a blunt after the research. I do. I'm sorry. You look like a weed. Work from home, man. You know I'm a weed smoker. My buddy's got a couple of those raw cones rolled up. So yeah, that's definitely what I'm gonna be doing here in a little bit. We're gonna go grab some Thai food and go see it later on. Lunch. I've never really gotten into the pot coins or anything like that. I got a buddy who's stays out in Vegas, and he's real big into the dispensaries and stuff out there. So he's real big on the pot coins. I really don't know too much about it. Actually, one of my friends who I'm going to see the movie with later tonight, he works for a company that runs dispensaries in Illinois and New York. And so it's kind of interesting to hear kind of the inner workings of those types of businesses. So I guess how, they can't get merchant processing and stuff. So what they do is they have an ATM in their lobby. And I'll also ask them tonight how it works. But basically, people do an ATM withdrawal, but instead of getting cash, the money stays in a machine and it goes towards their purchase. And I guess if they're owed any change, they'll give them change. But yeah, it's kind of an interesting business model. He was also telling me, and if you guys ever watch these TV shows like the Colorado Green Rush or whatever else, there's a lot of like ex-military guys who create companies that they'll have like 6 guys with like ARs riding around in like blacked out, Hummer or whatever, and they're transporting the cash, and they take different routes and every day and stuff like that. I was actually thinking, my girlfriend's cousin was a Marine, and he's in school right now. But I was thinking about maybe trying to help get him a job doing like the transports for those places. Merch Studios, what's happening, man? I don't know if we've chatted before, but I'm big into merch, so we can chat merch if you guys want to chat merch as well. Let's see. One weed plant is almost good to go in my garden. Not a big smoker though. Where are you from, Ron? You from a legal state, or you just figure you just grow one in your garden? Yeah, there's some wild document. I know CNBC used to do a lot of stuff. I used to have cable at my old place, and I no longer have cable anymore. I'm too cheap to buy it, so I miss out on a lot of those good CNBC documentaries and stuff like that. Jay Coppola, the mystery box hustle idea from sold one right away for 20. Then eBay 2 days later canceled my listing. You know what's weird, Coppola? I've noticed this. Me and my business partner were selling. A family member of his had a ton of used to go buy all the Happy Meal toys up from McDonald's, and he had literally hundreds of these Pokemon Go. You got a coin inside of like a Pokemon ball. And I guess there was a recall on it. Kids could swallow the pieces or something like that. Hey, Retro Aficionado, is that Young? The picture looks like Young. I remember he as Geek Hustle, not Retro. I think that's Young. We got Young in the house, I think, guys. Let's see. Merch Studios. I love the cryptos, but uploading shirts to Amazon. Well, I want BTC shows and invest in coins. You know what? Yeah, so merch, I've been kind of slacking on merch. So I just recently got tiered up to tier 500. It was a long haul to get there. And I think since I got tiered up to 500, I've only uploaded like 50 or 60 shirts. I kind of started running out of ideas, and there was one niche that I was going really hard on and having a lot of success with, and I think I finally tapped out that niche. So actually just today I started hitting the Halloween, fall, and Thanksgiving niches. Odom 514, buddy, you just got on. I'm guessing you're probably limited to 10 shirts and 2 per day. My advice to you would be buy a couple of your own shirts. I'm not suggesting you buy 10 shirts to tier up to 25, but what I always find, if I buy one of my own shirts, it tends to give it a little kickstart in the search algorithm and things like that. And actually, if I buy one of my own shirts, I tend to find it gives it a boost, and then also it's another shirt under my belt. Here's one of my shirts. Let's see here. I don't know if you guys can see it. There's such a delay on here. I hope you guys, I'm not making you guys stare at my crotch here. But yeah, this is one of my shirts, my Ethereum shirt. Just gotta, yeah, Odom. So I'd say, you know, if you got a shirt design that you like, buy it. Another piece of advice I'd give you, list your shirts on Etsy and eBay and any other sales platforms as well. If you list your, you know, basically take a picture of yourself wearing the shirt that you have from Amazon merch, post that picture on eBay. And here's one tip I have for you guys. Right now, so many people are getting into the print on demand business that if you look at Amazon, I'm going to show you guys something here. I don't know what kind of shirt we want to look for, but Bitcoin shirt. Okay, so see how actually Amazon's a bad example. eBay would be a better example. But everything's on a white background, right? And most of these, you know, this isn't a picture of a shirt. It's just like the logo superimposed over a shirt. Very few people actually have the shirts that they sell in stock. So I feel like if you actually order one of your own shirts, take a picture of yourself wearing the shirt, your listing's really going to stand out from other people's because they can actually see what the real shirt looks like on somebody as opposed to just seeing like a superimposed picture of the image on the shirt. So, you know, definitely list them there. That way you have several platforms. So if somebody buys your shirt on eBay, you drop ship it to them from Amazon, you get another shirt sale under your belt, and you just have that much more visibility for your shirt. So that's definitely one tip that I would give. Let's see, Neil will recover, buy. You know what happens to me, Jordan? I buy into a coin, and then when it dips, well, the smart thing to do would be to buy more. I start feeling like, oh man, I'm really heavy into crypto. Do I really want to sink any more money into crypto? And every single time, without fail, it winds up being that I would be way further along and way better off had I done it. But yeah, I mean, right now, like if you look at all the money I have and the percentage of money I have in like stocks versus cash versus cryptocurrencies, most financial advisors would probably tell you I'm way too heavy into cryptos. And I guess that kind of starts to play into the back of my head. One of my buddies, my buddy in Vegas, actually, he was actually the one that, I'm gonna grab a water real quick, guys. My buddy in Vegas, he put every penny he has to his name, with the exception of $50, he's got it into cryptos. Dash has been doing a cool campaign with my buddy Danny Session, traveling the country, putting crypto ATMs inside legal. That's awesome. I'll have to Google, let's see, Danny. I hate this browser. I got to change my default browser to Bing. Oh, Danny Session. Okay, I'm going to keep the first...
If you write anything on your computer, you need to get Grammarly.
I write pretty much all day, every day. And
John Bush here. There's Danny Sessions of the Crypto Show, cryptoshow.com.
Okay, I won't make you guys watch it, but I'm going to have to check that out later. That actually looks really interesting to me. ETC logo. Neil will recover. Let's see. You know, Ron, okay, so here's an interesting thing, talking about leaving money on exchanges. So here's my thought on leaving money on exchanges. I realize, with that Andronop, I can never say that guy's name, but you guys know who I'm talking about. Not your keys, not your Bitcoin. Not your keys, not your... Okay, so we all know that whole thing, right? Now, a lot of people are like, if you leave coins on an exchange, you're an idiot. This is, this, that, and the other. And I agree. It's much better to control your own coins. It's much better to control your own keys. However, I think this like vehemently being against exchanges or being freaked out by exchanges, like, and I know some people disagree with me, but the exchanges of 2, 3, 5 years ago, we're not even talking about the same league of exchanges as today. And I know a lot of people hate Coinbase and a lot of these other exchanges. I know their customer support isn't that great. But at the end of the day, Coinbase is regulated. They're insured. To my knowledge, they haven't been hacked. I feel like they're pretty secure. So, you know, to leave your coins on a Mt. Gox is crazy. To leave your coins on a cryptorush.in like I did and lost money is crazy. Uploading archive to your channel. I definitely think that's crazy. But like Coinbase, you know, I can still sleep at night even if my coins were on Coinbase. And when we saw the whole August fork happen, people who had their coins on an exchange like HitBTC or even, what's the other one, HitBTC or Bittrex, they could have sold futures or they could have sold their Bitcoin Cash right away. And I just want to make sure the stream was still going. Okay, so they could have sold their stuff right away for, I want to say, probably close to $1,300. By the time all the exchanges got their wallets sorted out and let you actually get your money onto the exchange, it had dropped down to like $600, if not even lower. So if this November fork happens, I don't know if I'll leave all my coins on an exchange, but I may leave about half of my coins on an exchange because whatever the non-dominant coin is, I think I might dump right away. And also, could somebody in the comments section, could somebody fill me in on what's going on with, I'm a little bit out of the loop with the November fork. So I guess right now we have SegWit. We're potentially going to be having SegWit 2X. Is that what it is? And I've heard mixed things. I've heard there's not support for it. I've heard a lot of people say, hey, let's see what SegWit does before we rush out another fork. But then I also see things saying that like there's 95% support for a SegWit 2. So I'm not really sure how that will play out. But if this November fork happens, are we looking at another Bitcoin Cash scenario where it splits? Let's see here. You have wallets for each coin. You know, Ron, you bring up a great point. So here's one of my things. Like, obviously, the Trezor holds a few coins. The Ledger holds more coins than the Trezor. And there are some software wallets that hold a good number of coins, maybe a dozen coins or so. But what's crazy to me is I know the whole point of keeping your coins off an exchange is you're less likely to get hacked or lose them. My girlfriend just texted me 9 minutes ago. I'm here just as she doesn't like walking in on my stuff. Actually, I'll be right back, guys. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I guess my girlfriend's been home for a while here, so I'll probably have to wrap up this stream in a few minutes here, but I did have a couple other things I wanted to hit on. So, yeah, so the whole point of keeping your coins off in an exchange is not getting hacked and not losing your coins. Well, you know, let me show you guys. I mean, here's just a handful of the coins I'm interested in that I hold, etc. Now, if each one of these coins has their own wallet, and I'm having to keep all these different wallets on my computer, and I'm having to manage private keys from all these different wallets, I think it's much more likely that I'm going to forget a private key or lose access to one of these 30 different wallets that I have to control than it is that somebody's going to defeat my 2FA on Bittrex and hack my account. So for large amounts of money, yeah, I'll keep it on a Trezor. If there's one coin I'm really heavily concentrated in, I'll probably keep it in a wallet if it's not available on my Trezor. But for the most part, you know, if I'm just speculating $100, a couple $100 here and there on some coins, I really have no problems leaving them in Bittrex. Let's see. You have wallets for each coin. Oh, you know what? It's interesting. Boss lady, as far as the crypto graffiti shirts, my girlfriend's cousin is a really, really talented artist and does kind of a lot of graffiti style artwork. He works with like Sharpies, which it kind of makes for a cool picture. But I was actually going to kind of hire him to do a couple designs for me, and I was thinking about selling them on Society 6 as like canvases, but I was also thinking about maybe implementing some of them into t-shirts. And the one thing I need to figure out is like, I don't know if an ink drawn canvas will like transfer well onto a t-shirt. I don't know if I'd have to hire somebody off Fiverr or Upwork or something like that and get them to you know, somehow modify it or clean it up. Let's see, are you investing in crypto? Thanks for the trading. How about Amazon Cash? What's Amazon Cash, Joseph? I'm in crypto. You sacrifice security, privacy, and convenience. Or yeah, very, very true what Boss Lady says. You do, you know, I think we do have to make sacrifices. If you're not willing to manage like 20 different wallets, you are putting a lot of trust in Bittrex. Always make sure you're using 2FA. It's hard to keep up because of small bankroll. I can't miss it. Yeah, exactly. Anyhow, guys, you know, I better get going. I hear my girlfriend getting in the shower. I better get ready. I'm gonna have to get going here shortly. But I appreciate all of you guys who tuned in and chatted with me. I was a little bit. I've been wanting to do a live stream for a long time. Was kind of nervous about botching it. So yeah, this one wasn't super smooth, but we were able to go live, and I kind of slowly am getting the hang of this. I appreciate everybody who's tuned in and is still with me on a Friday evening. So really appreciate everybody being so active in chat. Appreciate all your guys' support with the channel and everything. And I'll do these again sometime. I kind of like how we can kind of bounce from topic to topic to topic. But let me know, you know, hit me up, guys. Let me know if there's any specific topics you guys want to talk about on these streams, whether it be merch or Amazon or just business in general or cryptos or whatever else. And yeah, it should be an interesting weekend for cryptos. Real quickly before we go out, let's see if anything's changed. So Bitcoin at 43.52, Ethereum 307, Litecoin 72. So here's what I would tell you guys before I leave you. Set some crazy limit orders in the middle of the night. You know, set a limit order on GDAX for, you know, I'm going to be setting limit orders for like 3,900. I'm hoping that if, you know, throughout the middle of the night, some coins crash, I can maybe pick up some deals. Maybe there'll be a flash crash. Maybe things start dropping and some people's like automated, you know, stop losses and stuff start hitting and we see a flash crash. I'm sure you guys remember the story of how people were buying Ethereum for like 10 cents on Coinbase. I think Coinbase wound up making them whole. But yeah, seems to be a lot of movement from like 1 in the morning to about 7 in the morning. So, you know, if I were you guys, I would either stay up and monitor or set some ridiculously low limit orders, and you guys might be able to pick up some great steals over the weekend. So thanks again. Really do appreciate everybody joining me here. We'll definitely have to do one of these again sometime. I may get into kind of doing these on a regular basis. So thank you guys, everybody, for watching. I am about to get out of here, but all of you guys have a wonderful weekend. Hopefully you guys make some money on cryptos, and we'll talk again soon. Later on, guys.